Hey guys, Kevin here. Just wanted to check in with you. Things are crazy out there, aren't they? It's been quite the whirlwind just in the past couple of weeks. I don't think that many of us saw this coming or expected this to even be a possibility on our radars. A lot of things have changed for all of you. Some of you have lost your jobs. Some of you guys have been sent home. Some of you are working from home, and some of you are still out there because you're a critical asset to keeping this community going, keeping people healthy, keeping the lights on, things like that. Thank you guys for continuing to do what you do, number one. The next thing I want to talk about is really important, and it's really what this video is about. It's not about statistics, it's not about graphs, it's not about projections and things like that. You can get that on a daily basis, by the hour, by the minute, on the news channels. What this video is about is helping you consider a few things that you need to think through before you head for the hills. Now, I've had a lot of people message me saying that, hey, I'm packing up, I'm going to get out of this, I'm going to go get up in the mountains and just unplug for a while. And I'm not here to tell you don't do that. I'm not here to tell you it's wrong. I'm not here to say anything other than safety is up to you. It always has been, it always will be. We've always tried to tell people on our channel that at the end of the day, it's up to you to keep yourself safe, your family safe, and your community safe. So if you have decided that that is your strategy, that's how you're going to go through this in the next couple of weeks, here's a few things to consider before you hit the road. Number one, if you're going to a remote location that's surrounded by primarily small communities, be cognizant of the impact that you could potentially have on those communities as you travel through there. You know, they say the incubation period can be up to 10 days, maybe more. If you've not had any symptoms, it doesn't mean you're not a carrier. So as you travel along the way, you'll be stopping at fuel stops. Maybe you're stopping at a fast food restaurant. Maybe you're grabbing provisions along the way. You're introducing yourself and also exposing yourself the whole way there. The last thing you want to do is get out into the wilderness and find out that you've got a problem and that you need help, because your only recourse at that point is to go to the local communities for help, and they may not be able to support you. These communities have been in place for years based upon the number of people who are living in those areas, and as more and more people are continuing to head out to go camping, to go wheeling, and to escape all of these troubles that we've got here, it's putting undue stress on these communities that already have a hard enough time getting enough supplies and fuel and medical needs to their areas. So please be cognizant of that as you travel out. Here's the next thing, something else you need to consider. If you do go deep and you get away from everyone and you're having a great time, if you were to have an issue, a physical issue, maybe it's a kidney stone, maybe it's a toothache, maybe it's something minor, but it's going to require you to inject yourself back into a community nearby to seek assistance. Maybe it's mechanical. Could be 1,000 different things. Again, you're unintentionally exposing yourself and others, and that is not what this process is all about right now. So, if you do decide to go out, you need to be beyond prepared, and you need to be able to care for yourself, because it's possible if things do get worse, help might not be coming. Those are harsh words. That's a hard thing to consider, especially in this day and age, but it could potentially be the truth. A lot of people seem to think this might be just a 2-week evolution, and I hope it is. I hope that after 2 weeks, we're all back to normal. But it's probably not the case. This could go on for several weeks. Can you carry 4 weeks worth of food? Can you carry 4 weeks worth of water and medical supplies? These are things that you need to consider before you head out, because what could happen is if you do go out there and they issue a mandatory lockdown, maybe they're shutting state borders, maybe they are limiting travel to only essential people. Now what are you going to do, especially if you're low on food? As overlanders, we pride ourselves on being self-sufficient. We've learned a lot of tricks of the trade and how to care for ourselves for long weekends, weeks, 10, 14 days, things like that. So we feel pretty confident in those capabilities. But I just want to encourage you not to be overconfident. I don't want you to watch our videos and to feel inspired that this is the solution in this time. I want you to hear what I have to say. I want you to consider these things, because these are the same thought processes that we went through to decide to stay here. I'm working on editing. I'm working on some projects. I'm working on maintenance on the 4Runner and the Lexus and things like that. I'm staying busy. I'm still creating. But it was a tough decision to stay here. I get it. I know. And if you've already been in the house for a few days, you might be stir crazy and just ready to get the wife and kids out or whatever. Think long and hard before you do that. Safety is up to you. Please consider these things before you make your decision. And I know every circumstance is different. Some of you guys are in cities. Some of you guys are in rural communities. Very different situation. Very different situation. So walk through those processes. Consider those risks before you take out. On a more positive note, this is an awesome opportunity, guys. This is an awesome time for you to sit down with your family, chat with your friends on the phone that you haven't talked to in years. Read a book. Read a book that you've been setting aside or planned on reading, and just learn to appreciate life in a new way for a bit. Take a deep breath. This is unprecedented on a worldwide scale. You know that. But there's also some great opportunities right now. You can be working on your ham radio license. You can be studying your next trip, plotting it out in Gaia GPS or whatever. There are things that you can do to take up the time to help you stay sane, to help you grow, and to look forward to what adventures you're going to have once we all get through this. Be careful with the news media. You can sit there all day long and feed on every report that comes out, and there are some bad ones. But maybe consider limiting yourself to 30 or 45 minutes a day. Sit down in the evenings, see what the update is, check in. Don't let the fear lock you down. Don't be paralyzed by the what ifs. Continue to move forward, continue to grow, continue to think, interact with people as best as you can. And most importantly, chip in. Let's all work together. We are a community, and our strength comes from that. So let's support each other by limiting our exposure, and let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks. It's going to get better. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some commitment. But the more we travel around and the more we interact, the longer that process is going to take. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for watching, for being inspired, for commenting, liking, sharing. We hope that we can continue to entertain you, inspire you while we're all a bit stationary here for a bit. I'm going to be working just as hard as I can to put out new videos. I just released one over on Patreon. It's an early release, episode 29. I made it free for everybody, and I'm going to be doing that until further notice. So check the link in the description. You can go watch episode 29 early. Why isn't it on YouTube yet? Because we still have to work on the YouTube algorithm, and so Thursday night, 8 p.m., we'll have a live chat, just like always. So you can join us over there for that. Thank you guys again for listening. Thank you for considering. Hope you guys will make the best decision for you and your family and your community. Right now, that's the most important thing that we have, is everyone continuing to stay calm, everyone continuing to help each other, love each other. Maybe take that time to reach out to that elderly neighbor who needs some food, do a bit of grocery shopping for them, maybe share something, cook them something, obviously in a sanitary method. But let's all work together and get through this. It's going to happen. We're going to get through it. So hope you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. And we'll see you on the next episode.